Good evening and welcome to Lutheran Social Services of New York's first virtual gala. My name is Damon Kelly, and I'm the president and CEO of this wonderful organization, Lutheran Social Services of New York. I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. I want to thank our board of directors, our development committee, and most of all, each of you, our volunteers, our donors, and our supporters who help us do what we do to serve over 7,000 people per day. I also want to extend best wishes for good health and safety during this pandemic. I'm sorry we can't be together in person. This pandemic has changed all of our lives, and it's given us an opportunity to do our annual gala virtually. We're going to discuss tonight who and what is Lutheran Social Services for those of you who are unfamiliar with our programs. We provide educational, residential, foster care, immigration services, and food. COVID has changed all of our lives, but has not changed the commitment, compassion, and competence that's displayed every day by our staff. Our staff have worked so hard during this pandemic, meeting the needs of more than 7,000 underserved New Yorkers throughout the 5 boroughs and Nassau County. Tonight, you're going to learn about our services from the people who have benefited the most, those individuals who have actually used our services. You're also going to hear from our honoree, somebody who is such an humble human being. When I called Harry to ask him to accept being awarded the Daniel W. Joy Award, his first statement to me was, "I will accept it, but not for me. I will accept it in recognition of all of those who have joined with me to collect food and support the Long Island Food Pantry." It shows you how humble he is, a true servant, and somebody who saw a problem and went into action. And tonight, we're honoring him and those people and the others who have worked with him to help us collect food for those in need. We're also going to share with you tonight a video that provides 3 testimonials from 3 very different individuals who have benefited from our services. One, a parent in our early life program, another individual who benefited from the services of our food pantry, and the third individual who benefited from the services provided by our immigration legal program. Each one of them came to Lutheran Social Services, and we were able to assist them because of the support that individuals like each of you have provided over the course of the year. You're also going to hear from Dayron Garcia Varro, the valedictorian of our graduating class at the New Life School. And what makes his testimony so special is the New Life School is a school for students with special needs. It's also a school that I call the school of last chance and last opportunity. The students who come to that school are students who the general education system, the New York City public school system, has basically failed. It has basically, the education system had told them that you don't have the ability to learn. At the New Life School, we understand that every child has the potential to learn. We design programs to meet the needs of the students and not the other way around. And because of that, we were able to have our largest graduation class in over 10 years. We're very proud of that class, and we're proud of our valedictorian, Dayron. Dayron, the speech you'll hear tonight is the speech he gave at graduation. But more importantly, I'm so proud to announce that Dayron is in his first semester at Monroe College. It shows you that every child has a chance to learn, every individual has a chance to grow, and every individual has an opportunity to experience a better way of life. I know this because I see it on a daily basis. I also know this because each of you help support our efforts in meeting the needs of those in need. We are gathered here tonight because this is your opportunity to hear about LSS from those who need us the most. So tonight, I want to express my thanks to each of you for being here, for supporting us, and helping us to help the most vulnerable amongst us. Thank you and welcome.
My name is Deiron Garcia Varo, and I'm very proud to have the opportunity to give the valedictorian speech this year. 2020 has not been an easy year. It is unfortunate that we were not able to spend the rest of the year together, go on trips, or be in school to spend our last months as high school seniors. But one thing we should be proud of is being able to get through this year, make a college decision, and finish strong. I remember the first time I came to the New Life School. It was on March 2nd, 2015, and it feels like it was yesterday. Time flew by. It has been a pleasure getting to know many patient teachers who encouraged me to be a wonderful student and motivated me to get this far. I am thankful for the teachers, the principal, my friends, and family who helped me overcome obstacles. I had a great experience at the New Life School, and I will always remember the great memories I made with my friends. The New Life School gave us all the opportunity to succeed. My high school journey was also filled with some challenges that helped me grow. Some of those challenges were tests. The Regents exams made me nervous because I was afraid of failure. I thought failing meant the end, but we are more than test scores. We are students with goals and bright futures. I passed all of my Regents exams after trying. I did not give up and continued practicing. Even though I faced some challenges, I also made great memories. One special memory I have is with Miss Tamika, our guidance counselor, who helped us navigate the college process. We visited Monroe College back in October, and I felt a light of hope on me. I remember feeling afraid of not being able to attend college because many colleges want test scores. I am better at solving math problems on my own and projects. All of us have different strengths we should be proud of, even though we may feel bad for not having other strengths. Thanks to the staff who worked with me, I did not set limitations for myself. Monroe College became my top school because I have hopes that I will succeed there and become who I want to be. At Monroe College, I would like to study accounting because I love dealing with numbers. Although I think it's too early for me to see what my future looks like, I see myself as a great math teacher who will make it possible for students of all ages and all backgrounds to become great learners. Some may think that learning math is impossible, but learning is not impossible when you seek answers and set goals.
Hello, my name is Mike Jacob. I'm a member of the Development Committee at Lutheran Social Services. When life gives us blessings, extra blessings, whether it's food, clothing, money, or something else, the right thing to do is to share those blessings however we can. In Luke, we hear the story, "What should we do then?" the crowd asked. And John answered, "Anyone who has 2 shirts should share with one who has none, and anyone who has food should do the same." The New Life School is a last chance school for young men and women like Deiron. Because of the New Life School, we now have a person with a bright future, a person looking to pay it forward by becoming a teacher himself. Maybe he even teaches at the New Life School one day. It is through the support of so many of you that the New Life School can continue to provide services to great young people like Deiron. Now up next, I am pleased to introduce to you a person who lives life as Luke wrote. a deacon at Life Lutheran Church, an LSSNY board member for more than 10 years, and my great friend, Harry Honoree.
Good evening, and the Lord be with you. Unfortunately, due to the ongoing pandemic, I'm coming to you this evening from the foot of the stained glass cross that serves as the focal point of our sanctuary here at the Life Lutheran Church, a thriving congregation in Nassau County on Long Island, where I presently serve as deacon. About 10 years ago, two decisions significantly impacted my life and its ministry over the succeeding years. The first was the decision to plant this new congregation at the site of what had been Redeemer Old Westbury, where I first met tonight's honoree as he began bringing his young family to worship here and participate in our many events and programs. The second, accepting an opportunity to join the board of directors of Lutheran Social Services of New York, where I had the honor of meeting and serving with Judge Daniel W. Joy prior to his passing. Soon after joining the Life, Harry Packman began supporting the new congregation in several key areas, utilizing his energy, his love of our Lord, and his skill sets as an attorney and as a manager in drafting the new congregation's constitution and bylaws, and by taking a leadership role in managing its temporal affairs. Upon becoming a standalone church, Harry was elected congregation president, where he has been instrumental in supporting Pastor Vetrano, the ministry team, and lay leadership in its growth and success. And when the pandemic struck in March, as many of necessity withdrew to care for closest family, their health, well-being, and their business interests, Harry saw the resultant suffering in the community and beyond, and intensified his efforts and the churches in gathering foodstuffs needed by Lutheran Social Services' New Life Center food pantry, which is located in nearby Uniondale. At the time, the New Life Center was experiencing unprecedented demand due to the lockdown and its resultant conditions, activating his own business and social networks, as well as the churches. He was responsible for gathering nearly 10,000 pounds of additional foodstuffs, along with supplies and donations, which he, his family, and a bunch of volunteers here at the church delivered at a critical moment in the agency's ability to provide for its clientele. The Honorable Daniel W. Joy Dedicated Service Award was established in 2016 in loving memory of Justice Daniel W. Joy, who gave so generously of himself and his professional talents. The award is given to an individual, organization, group, or business that uses its expertise, experience, and professional talents to enhance and support the work of Lutheran Social Services of New York and the individuals that it serves. Harry Packman exhibits the skills, traits, and qualities that personified Judge Joy in his work for LSSNY, as well as to his community and well beyond throughout his life. This said, it is my honor and a distinct privilege to present the Judge Daniel W. Joy Dedicated Service Award to Harry Packman, managing partner at the Hughes Hubbard Law Firm based here in New York. We couldn't do it without you, Harry. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Deacon Harry, for that kind and overly generous introduction. I'm thrilled to accept this award on behalf of my family, my friends, my neighbors, everybody who dug deep into their pockets and into their hearts to help everyone in need. What started as a pretty modest request for whatever people could spare, an extra can of soup, a box of pasta, turned into literally tons of food for Lutheran Social Services of New York food pantry in Uniondale. This food drive started back in the beginning of the pandemic. My wife and I were watching a fundraiser to combat hunger in America. And on that show, they showed a pantry in Queens. And outside the pantry, there was a line that stretched for about 2 miles of people waiting to hopefully get food to be able to feed their family. And as I watched that line and that panning, I saw streets and buildings that I was familiar with, and I realized that pantry was right in the neighborhood where I'd grown up in Queens. So the show ended and we quickly donated either online or over the phone, but I couldn't sleep that night. I kept thinking of kids going hungry, and I got up and checked on our 2 young sons who were fast asleep with full bellies. And I knew they would wake up the next day and they'd have their choice. So what did they want to eat for breakfast, and what did they want for lunch, and what did they want for dinner? But I kept thinking of the kids who were lying there hungry, and I knew they would wake up the next day, and they're going to wake up tomorrow because this is still going on. And their choices wouldn't be, what do I have for breakfast, or what do I have for lunch, or what do I have for dinner? But rather, do I have breakfast or lunch or dinner today? Because they weren't going to get all 3. So we knew we had to do something. So I sent an email to my contacts on Long Island, asking them to drop off on our porch whatever they could spare, that extra can of soup, the can of tuna, the box of pasta. And then we would bring it out to the food pantry in Uniondale. Well, within a couple of days, our porch was packed with food. There was no room to walk. Our mail carrier couldn't get through. So we set up a big catering table in the garage. And another day, that was full. We set up a second table. That was full. By the end of the week, we started loading up my truck, which was a big SUV. There was no room in the truck. We put food everywhere. We had food on the front passenger seat, which is where my wife Peggy would normally be sitting. But she couldn't be sitting there anyhow because she had to drive her car, because that was packed with food. And we got ready to pull away from the house, and another SUV pulls up. It was being driven by my friend's 2 sons. And that friend had called me the day before and said, hey, Harry, what do they need most? Do they need food? Do they need money? I'll give whatever they need. And I said, I think they need both. And he said, well, you know what? I think this week we'll go food shopping. Let's see what we can come up with. And food shopping they went. They filled up their SUV just on their own. So we drive out to the pantry in Uniondale, and the way it works out there is you pull in the back, and they come out with shopping carts to transport the food from your car into the pantry. So I get there and I pop open my hatch, and they had brought out 2 or 3 shopping carts, and they look in the hatch, in the car, the truck, and they're like, oh my God, we got to bring more. And they bring out 5 or 6 more carts, and that wasn't enough. Then my wife pulls in, she pops her trunk, and they laughed, and they're like, oh my gosh, look at this, we need more. When my friend's sons pulled in and they popped the hatch, the people at the pantry, the people who are doing God's work, who are there every day and see the hungry people, I looked and I saw tears in their eyes. They were literally crying because they were overwhelmed by our response. And honestly, I was overwhelmed that first week and every ensuing week, when every day people were showing up on my porch. People I hadn't seen in years. Parents of kids I had coached, guys I'd played with, guys I'd played against, neighbors, strangers. I'd never seen these people before. They had heard about it. They were dropping off food. And every time I saw someone going to drop off food, I would run out there to say thank you. And every single person turned and said, no, thank you. Thank you for giving us an opportunity, a way of helping. I tell you that because I'm asking you, I'm begging you, reach out to your friends, your neighbors, your family. Find a way to help. Lutheran Social Services is doing amazing work. Support them. Come to our church, the Life Lutheran Church in Old Westbury, right on Jericho Turnpike. We got a bin set up out back. You can drop off food there. I think we've all learned a lot in these last 6-7 months. A lot of what can happen. A lot of things can spread. Bad things, terrible things, horrible, deadly viruses spread. Divisiveness spreads. But good things spread also. Kindness, generosity spread. And when they spread, hope spreads. Hope for those in need, hope for our great country, hope for all of us. So reach out, help. Again, I am so grateful, I'm honored on behalf of my family, my friends, my neighbors. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you so much, Harry. Everyone could see what I meant when I said he was such a humble individual. And the message that he gave was clear. Each of us can help in one way those who are less fortunate. Each of you brings something to the table. Each of us can benefit the lives of others. Right now, we're going to show you a little bit of what Lutheran does, and you'll hear from some of the people who your generous support has helped.
For over 130 years, Lutheran Social Services of New York has cared for thousands of underserved New Yorkers. providing early childhood education, supportive housing, hunger prevention, foster care, and legal services for immigrants and refugees.
Lutheran Social Services has been like my lifesaver. I'm a mother of 3. I'm an immigrant, and I had basically nothing for a newborn baby, and they came through like an angel just dropped at my door. I'm truly grateful, and I'm truly humbled to have them as part of our lives.
LSSNY has helped my family because it gave my children their first introduction to a school environment. They're not just babysitters, they're teachers who actually care about the education and well-being of our children as well as our families. And that's what is near and dear to my heart.
For a few years, I've been looking to fix up my legal status. I approached Lutheran Social Services, and they provide me with emotional and legal support. Thanks to their hard work, I now have a green card. They inspire me to help others. Once I graduate from college, I'll be applying to law school, and I'll become an immigration attorney. And I would like to help others the same way they help me.
LSSNY has strengthened lives, families, and communities for more than a century, never wavering in its commitment to care for 7,000 people every day. As times toughen, these vulnerable New Yorkers are in even greater need. That is why now, more than ever, LSSNY needs your help. So please support this remarkable agency, and together we can further its legacy so current and future generations not only survive, but thrive.
Wow. That is just the tip of the iceberg of what LSS does. Just the tip. The good people at LSS are so dedicated to making sure that those who are at risk don't fall into the pit. When we have the ability and the opportunity to help someone, it's important that we do. We can't solve all the world's problems. God only knows we try. But we can be a positive force in the lives that we encounter. Congratulations, Harry Packman. God bless you and your efforts. Proverbs tells us, do not withhold good from those to whom it is due, when it is in your power to act. So now, we're all going to have the opportunity to act. Have your phone out. There's a text to donate info on your screen right now. Text LSSNY space the amount you wish to donate and your name to 970-840-9000. This will lead you to a secure link directly on the LSS website. And we're going to keep track and our scroll and our thermometer. So it's all digital tonight. If you remember in church, we used to have these thermometers and we would draw them up in red. And every week you'd come and see how we were moving along on our building fund project. Well, tonight you see the name scrolling and everything will happen magically, electronically in front of you on your screen in gold. But if you feel like using a red magic marker to fill in the thermometer, go ahead. It's all good, as long as we get that thermometer to go to the top. All right, so tonight, several levels of what kind of giving we hope that you will all endeavor to give a shot out at. So at the $1,000 level, you provide 1 month of legal assistance to an immigrant family, just like the young person we saw in the video a few minutes ago. Or we can buy recreational and therapeutic services for the residents of one of our supportive housing programs. Thank you. Your names are popping up, and I can't believe how the thermometer is moving. At $500, you buy 2 weeks of food for a family in need at that food pantry. 2 weeks of food. And we can buy supplies for a foster child who is moving into their first apartment. Think about how hard foster care is during a pandemic to place a child who needs a home. At the $250 level, we can buy books for every child in one of our early life centers. We have right now enrolled over 400 children. There are spaces for 600 or 700 or 800 children, and $250 buys books for every child in one of those centers. If you aren't able to do it at the $250 level, we ask you to join us at least at a $100 level. At $100, we provide life coaching for one of our Muhlenberg families. Or we pay for SAT training for one of our New Life School juniors. The new Muhlenberg, if you didn't know, is one of our supportive housing buildings right across the street from the Barclay Center in Brooklyn. And at $50, we provide mental health services for one of our students at the New Life School. Or we provide textbooks for two of our adolescent mothers at our sister's place. You're knocking it out of the park. We're about to hit $25,000. This text button, LSNY, the amount you want to give, and your name to 970-840-9000. 970-840-9000. I can't encourage you enough to reach down and provide these extra resources. Although most of our funding is from the government, all of these extras I just mentioned are things that we have to provide just through donors. These extra books, SAT guidebooks, legal assistance, therapeutic services. We're over 25,000. We're now at 26,440. I can't thank you enough. Look at the list of names. Please add your name to the list. Continue to add your name to the list. So understand that for 24 hours, that text button will be open. Write it down. If you need time to think, 970-840-9000, that button will be. We're over $28,000. We'd really love to see 30. We'd love to see 30. Keep coming. A simple donation of $50 provides mental health services for one student at the New Life School. Think about how little that is. You know, the amount of money we take for granted in a week at $50, how that supports a child who needs additional help. Thank you for your recent, another $250 donation. We're almost at $30,000, folks. I would love to see it go to 30. All right, did we hit 30? We're only $510 short. If you haven't had the opportunity yet, please do. 30,000 is the number we'd love to reach. That's 5,000 over our goal. So thank you to Lutheran Services, New York Alliance, to Intrinsic. We thank you, Phyllis Thorne and Diane Cameron. We thank Jim Regan. We thank Roxanne and Harry Ulrich and Tony Fish and Driscoll Foods and the good people at Lapa. Thank you, Mary and Andis Ackerfels, Jane Doe, for your donation. C&W Austin, thank you so much. And Abby, thank you for your donation. Harry and Peggy Packman, thank you for your support financially and for supporting the food pantry. Thank you, Rachel, Cohen, Damon Kelly, Peter and Joni Mazer, Ian T. Amro, Jennifer Mursky. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I leave you with gratitude and with a challenge. I challenge you to text sometime in the next 24 hours, but I have an additional challenge. There are approximately 250 Lutheran churches in the greater New York area that are the member organizations of Lutheran Social Services. And my challenge is this, that each one of you out there in the audience who belongs to one of our Lutheran churches encourages just 20 people in your church to donate $50 to Lutheran Social Services. It can be more. We're not going to turn down any amount. Between now and the end of October, if only 20% of our member churches accomplish this, we raise an additional $50,000 to help people who need us more than ever. Thank you. I wish you well, and don't forget to text. And now for a few closing words, I turn it back to LSSNY CEO Damon Kelly.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you, everyone. I am overwhelmed. We set a goal of $25,000, and we're at $29,990. All we need is one person to give $10. Sorry, that would be nice if we get 10,000. But all we need is $10, and we'll reach $30,000. Thank you so much, everyone who has made a contribution tonight. Thank you for being here. Thank you for helping us help others. Your support is truly appreciated. Again, I thank you for being here with us. As Mike said, tell your friends about the work of Lutheran Social Services. I say all the time, we're the best kept secret in the city of New York. We're coming out. Wait, I just see we got $10 from Mike Friedman. Thank you so much, Mike. We just hit $30,000. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are so appreciative of each and every one of you. As I was saying before, we're an organization on the move. We're about to release our strategic plan. We're nominating some new individuals for the board. We're an organization. Thank you, Nisha Tavares, who just gave 100. Thank you. You could continue to give for the next 24 hours. Thank you, Tyler and Riley. Thank you so much. Thank you, John and Monique. Your support is great. We're going to hit $31,000. We need $390 more. Is there anyone who could? I'll take right now 2 people who could give $150 each and 1 person who gives $90, and that'll bring us up to $31,000. Your generosity is truly amazing and is helping us so much. You're helping us to help those in need. You're helping us to help individuals like Dayron. You're helping us to help individuals like Axel and so many others who are nameless faces. Your support is truly a blessing to the people that we serve, to the staff, to everyone. Thank you, Karen, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You have 24 hours. If everybody on this call called 2 friends, thank you, John and Monique Nunez. If each of us called 2 friends and asked them to each donate $100, we'll go over 31,000. Your support is truly appreciated. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you. May you all continue to be healthy and stay safe during this pandemic, during this time of strife in our country. We pray that each of you stay well, stay healthy, and thank you again for your support, and may you all have a lovely evening. Thank you.